So, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Heavyweight Gaming. Thank you for tuning in. Tonight, we will be playing our third session of the Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition campaign, which is lovingly called Strange Beginnings. This is a starter set that you can buy for £5 off the Mordifius website. Highly recommend it if you want to get into running your own vampire games. It has everything you need. It has pre-gen characters. It has a story for you to follow, and it has your victims and your bad guys as well. And if you want, like I've done, you can put in your own flair and take bits out and make it your own. We will be doing a 48-hour charity event in the near future. There'll be like a post picture thing, whatever you want to call it, advert, that's the word I'm looking for. That will be up during the break. It'll be down nowhere because it'll be on the full screen. I cannot word tonight. If you want to find out more information about what we'll be doing and what charities we will be funding for, yes, charities, there are 3 charities that we are funding for. You can find out more information about it over on the, oh, there you go, it's up on the screen. You'll be able to find out more information on the Facebook page, or if you send Heavy a message on either on Twitch or on Twitter, wherever you can get a hold of him, he will be able to tell you a bit more on what we will be doing. So yes, that is the one thing we have to get out of the way for tonight. There are no sponsors on the Wednesday shows. We just like to get in and play the game. A quick disclaimer before we go on, as per usual, Vampire the Masquerade is a game that is of mature content, and as such, it does have subjects and issues that may be upsetting to you as a viewer. The actions and views of the characters are not shared by myself, the players, or anyone associated with Heavyweight Gaming. So as always, viewer discretion is highly advised. With that out of the way, I will introduce you to our players. So we have the lovely Luke, who is playing Alexander the Tremere.
No, I'm not. It's a lie.
No,
unless
not. It's
we
the
decide to
wrong way
switch
round.
tonight for the final episode.
It's because the pictures are the wrong way around, and somebody told me that everyone was in the right boxes. What a lie.
I play Dan, who's actually
Dan.
the character art below.
Hello. Thanks for that. Hopefully Adi can get that changed over whilst this is happening. Hopefully. Yes. Sorry. Luke plays Dan the Tremere. Huzzah! God's sake. Luke plays Dan the Tremere. Good start, guys. The lovely SJ plays Alexander, who happens to be a Melkavian. And then we have the wonderful Mel, who plays Leia the Bruja. And we have Beth, who plays Grace of the Ministry. She's very up herself. Rude, but true. So, are we all ready, players?
Yes.
Then let us tell a vampire story. So, last session, you all woke up from your first night, second night, technically. First night into second night. You all woke up and you went and spoke with Elizabeth, who had a message that had been delivered to her in regards to a Tremere who was in the area who thinks they were the sire to Dan. And you guys decided that you were going to go and meet this person and find out a little bit more information. You all bundled off in a car with Marcus, who happens to be one of the kindred that works with Elizabeth. And he drove you to the hotel where you met with Dan's sire, and Archie, wonderful Scottish man. And he explained a bit more information about why he was not there and what sort of happened. He didn't touch entirely on the full situation, but he gave a good enough reasoning to sort of quell your curiosities. And he did ask Dan if he would go with him and take on his tutelage in becoming a full-fledged kindred. Whilst you were having this conversation with Archie, you were interrupted by his personal assistant, shall we call her, basically saying that they had gotten a clip of footage which involved the four of you from the very first night that you actually all awoke in the freezer section of the restaurant. And Archie had asked for you to go and retrieve this video clip and either destroy it or get rid of it or keep it, whatever. But as long as it wasn't held in the hands of who it was held in, and thus breaking the masquerade, he didn't in particularly care. You all bundled off into a limousine-style car that was being driven by one of Archie's ghouls. And as you left the hotel, you were immediately followed by the people in the white van. You then drove off underneath a bridge, got out of the car, and confronted said people in the white van, who turn out to be Second Inquisition members. And you had a relatively successful fight. It took you a while to find your feet with what you were doing, but you did kill 2 of the Inquisition members, and you have kind of persuaded the third one that it is better if he just helps you, and you will keep him alive. And he believes you for now. So that is where we left off. So you have your Inquisition member who is kind of like backed up against the front of the van, and you can see through his mask, he is relatively quite scared because it's very clear to him that he isn't going to be able to win this fight anymore. His 2 friends are dead on the ground, and he either dies here or he dies at the hands of the higher-ups of the Inquisition. What would you like to do?
I would like to rise from where I am hidden behind the car, awkwardly holding my gun.
Are you keeping the gun trained on the Inquisition member?
Bold of you to assume that he has had it trained at any of this time.
Okay, do you still have it pointed in his direction?
No, it's now very much like, since Leia said keep it pointed to the floor, he's like got it very obviously pointed as far away from him and directly at the floor as possible. And he'll probably go up and see how the driver's doing.
Your car driver?
Yeah, no, I don't care how the other. I presume that there's another 6 of them in the van. They come out and murder Kairos. The end. The end. Your driver just kind of he doesn't hear shouting anymore, so he kind of like when the fighting started, he kind of just went flat in the front of the car, and he'd been laying there ever since. So hearing that there's no more like gunshots or shouting or anything like that, he kind of very slowly just kind of peeks back up. He puts his hands on the steering wheel and just kind of looks around for a minute. Is it over, sir? I think so. Just going to give this back to you, and he like awkwardly like hands it across.
He takes it and he just shoves it in the glove compartment.
Do whatever you need to do with that. I'm going to go see what's happening over here, and hopefully we'll be back in the car and on our way shortly. But yeah, and he'll just kind of like scuttle off to join the rest of the party.
I'll start the engine. I'll get it warm for you, sir, so that we can be out of here quickly.
Thank you.
It occurs to you, you don't know this poor man's name other than driver. Okay, so Dan is maneuvering his way back towards the van and the Inquisition member. What's everyone else doing?
Was it Alexander that had him pinned up against the car, if I remember rightly? Or I think I pinned him and then was thrown off, and then
Yeah.
pinned him and was thrown off. It was a bit of a...
It was a bit of a buckaroo session. It was Grace who kind of persuaded him to stop fighting and to just give in. Yes, so he's not being restrained, but he doesn't have access to his gun. His gun is on the floor. He is just back straight up against the front of the van, and Alexander is in front of him, but not. If wanted, Alexander could put a hand out and hold him, but nobody is holding him as such yet.
In which case, Leah will pick up his gun from the floor as well. So then she has two guns. Just potentially get hold of it. Just
in case you use it, I don't know why you would, but if you do, just make note it is an AK-47.
Oh no, don't tell me this.
It's an AK-47. It will do +4 damage.
She might keep this one, spoiler.
I mean, he's not going to need it, right? Because
I mean, last time she tried to shoot something, she then just threw it aside and went, oh.
Fuck it. Okay.
So, if I remember correctly, one of the last things Alexander did was promise him that once we got information out of him, we would fuck with his memory and he would be assured that we were dead.
That is true. You did indeed promise him that you would mindfuck him and leave him be.
So Alexander's going to turn to the others and go, what exactly do we want out of him? I'm not good with the questions part unless I'm literally sat in my office.
Do we want to take him back to a more neutral ground, i.e. the club?
I think it might be a bad idea to show him where everybody's hanging out. Where is your base of operations?
And he just kind of very shakily just kind of looks at the van behind him and then looks back at you and just...
That's a shame, actually. Okay, I'm going to go check the van and see if there's what we're looking for is in there. And I'll go check out the van.
There is somebody else in there, but he's not a fighter. He's just the IT guy.
You've had some poor bastard cooked up in there, and we're all having a shootout. For goodness, I thought you're supposed to be an organisation.
He knows the risks. But if you're going to spare me, then please spare him as well, because he's just here doing his job.
All right, and I'll go and just like rap on.
Are you banging on the back of the
yeah
the van doors? Okay, so the van door opens, and you just hear, excuse me. That's not what you hear. Just excuse me. The door opens, and as the door opens, you just hear, Jeff, I thought you were going, Jesus! And the door shuts again.
Hello? I think you've got something that we're looking for. We're not wanting to cause any trouble. We're just looking to get our information and toddle on. We don't want to hurt you. Don't want to hurt Jeff anymore. Yeah, sounds good. Can you open the door back up, please? And he'll like rap again.
No way, you're a corpse. I'm not opening. You'll turn me into a corpse or something. I'm not. Where's Jeff?
Jeff's round the front, and he said you were in here and you're the IT guy. Look, I really just want to go back to bed. So if you could give me the footage from when we were in the big nasty meat fridge you put us in, that would be real swell. Otherwise, we'll torch your van and we'll make it look like an accident.
All you hear from inside is just this poor guy just shouting, Jeff! Jeff! Please don't tell me you've left me here with them, Jeff!
Look, if Jeff's the one with the big gun, he's fine, but Jesus on a sandwich, come on. Get it together.
And he again just, Jeff! Jeff! Where's Jeff? Jeff!
Look, are you Jeff? Alexander says to the one he's got beside him.
Yeah, I'm Jeff, yeah.
Can you just, like, say something to him to shut him up? Just tell him you're safe or something.
Sure. Carl, it's fine. Carl, I'm okay. I'm still here. Just let them in. Let them get the footage. Right? It's fine. And then you hear from inside the van. Okay. Sure. Yep. And the door opens again real fast. Like he just kind of like flings it open and steps back, and he's like just staring at you.
Can you put it on one of those wee memory mobobs? That'd be great.
No, I can't just put it on one of those.
A desk?
What you're trying to explain is a storage device. I can't just put it on a storage device. It's all kind of hardwired. You just take the system. Just take the system. Just take it. It's fine. Take it.
Right, you're the IT guy. I do what bit? Otherwise, I'm just going to start pulling wires out, and you do not want me to just start pulling wires out.
He points to the HDR to the HD. No, say I can't even remember myself. And I used to work in security.
Explain what it looks like as.
It's like a hard drive. It's like a DVR hard drive sort of thing.
And I'll just kind of grab that.
I know
in the way
that
only your dad would, when be like, save your Pokemons and get gone. Right, so it's all on here. I'm not going to find out that you've got it.
No, it's local footage. It was saved to this. It normally gets deleted after 24 days. Unless we move it elsewhere. And I promise to you, we've not moved it yet. We haven't had the chance.
I would be really disappointed, Carl, if I found out you were lying.
Look, mate, I swear, I haven't, right? I haven't had the chance. You only escaped, like, night before. We haven't even had the chance to go back to, like, the headquarters yet. I haven't moved it, I swear. It's just on that one drive.
Is there, like, an insight check or something like that?
There is a insight check. You do have insight?
I do.
If you would like to roll an insight, please roll me your wits and insight.
Oh, I've got dice for that.
You do. You do. You have 5 dice in total, but remember you take away
one
and
is
replace
one
it
is
with
a red one.
Red one. That's right.
That is all passes.
Marvelous. He is being 100% legit. He is terrified of the fact that if he lied to you, you would just turn him into a Capri Sun.
No, I wouldn't. Alexander would.
He doesn't know that. To him,
I resemble that remark.
I resemble. To him, you are just another corpse. You are just another vampire. He doesn't know that you are a vegetarian.
Is it small enough to put this magical thingamabob into my pocket?
No, it's like the size of a.
Okay, I'm just gonna like tuck it under my arm.
You know,
pat him awkwardly on the shoulder and boost.
Yeah, you know those DVRs you can record your TV programs
okay, it's
on.
like the full-on like
it's one of
set-top box. Right.
Mel knows what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about now, but
at the time,
I was just like, it's
yeah, it's a box essentially.
Okay, cool. No, I know what you're on about now.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you can take that. Carl just hands it to you, and he just as he does it, he's just like, just take it. Just go. It's fine. Look, we'll leave. We'll just
you want me to close the door? You doing?
Yep. You just close the door. Don't touch the van. Don't touch the van.
Close the door, like patted the van, and just like toddle back over with my DVD machine under my arm. Yeah. I got the footage. Do you have a way of doing what you said, or are you just going to hit him really hard?
I can do the thing. I
Okay.
have feelings. There's a lot of the. It's hard to explain.
Has
but
his pistol trained on him.
Once I got the proper gaze of this, I looks him up and down. This person. Yes, there's a few things I think I could try. Are we done with him? Do we want anything more?
Well, they'll stop following us if they think we're like gone. So I've got what
honestly,
Archie asked
like,
us to get. So
we won't come back round to Chester at all. We'll just stay out. If anyone says they'll come to Chester, we'll just say don't come to Chester. Right.
What about the guy in the van?
He's just an IT guy. Nobody takes his word for serious unless it's something to do with IT.
I think you're underestimating your IT guy there.
Look, if you want to erase his memory too, that's fine. Just do it.
You can go for it, but I think he was probably going to work himself up until we storm on his own in there. Never mind.
He didn't.
Carl probably just wants to forget.
Stable. I mean, fine. I can try that too, I suppose. Well, as long as if the rest of you have no more questions for him.
No, I'm good.
Perhaps, is there anybody else that you're following in the area?
No, it was. We were following people in the area. We brought you all here from various areas as an experiment. We don't really like Chester that much. Strange stuff goes on here, stranger than usual. So we try to stay out of it, but it seemed like a good idea at the time. Clearly, and he looks at his two friends. Clearly not a good idea. Might have to rethink my life choices.
I think that might be wise. I'm going to regret asking, but what were you experimenting?
Well, we were hoping to experiment on, and then he just points to you all. Just.
Oh, I figure, but usually there's a plan.
Well, we were going to do different sort of tests, like trying to see what makes you tick. How you feed and what you were resistant to, and what hurt you the most.
You're a wee bit new at this, aren't you, Jeff?
A little bit, yeah.
Right. He just like shakes its head sadly, more at like how poor his scientific process is at this point than like at the fact that he is running a shady like abducting people. Like if you're gonna abduct me, at least have a solid plan for what you're gonna do.
Look, he's low enough on the Inquisition ladder, right, that he doesn't get given the best sort of deal when it comes to missions and tasks. This was the one he was given, and it was, as you say, shady as fuck.
Right. I think, Alexander, if you want to do whatever mind jiggling you're going to do to these guys,
jiggling.
That sounds like a plan.
I'm happy to give it a go. One quick question before I do, Jeff. Do you have any idea who turned us into what we are?
No, sorry. I'm not privy to that information.
I thought it was above your pay grade, but I thought it worth asking at least.
Sorry, it's not my jam.
I mean, how did you get hold of us all? Because
you were all delivered in another van from HQ.
Delightful. You don't know anything, do you, love?
No, I really don't.
Maybe you might know this one. Are you recording what's happening right now?
No, there's no security cameras. We can only record where there are our cameras, and these aren't our cameras.
Not in your van.
No, there's no cameras in the van. It's just the
the
surveillance kit. No, why would you? No, we don't have a dash cam.
I can't see any. Are there any body cams on any of you?
No, but that makes us sound like the police.
Well,
we don't in particularly want other people getting a hold of our footage.
Then why have you... I'm going to sit in the car, okay? Because the more I'm hearing about what you're trying to do, the less organized it is. And I'm starting to feel bad for you. And you're trying to kill me.
I mean, that's nice of you for a corpse.
You're a mess. And he's just like, he's like, I'm going to go talk to the driver.
So yeah, no. you toddle away and you just get back in the car and
with my VHS box.
As you get into the car, your driver just goes, "Is everything all right, sir?"
They're a mess.
I'm sensing that from your attitude, sir. Would you like me to put the radio on for you, sir?
Oh, I would love that.
Do you have a preference?
No, not really.
Okay, and then do
you get Smooth FM?
I don't have it pre-tuned, sir, but if you give me a moment, I'm sure I can find it for you.
Batter on.
Right you are, sir. And then he sort of... I'll not say that. He gets it tuned to Smooth FM.
Oh, Dan is such a dad. He's not mad, he's just disappointed.
Dad Dan. Yeah, the most terrifying being.
In that case, I'm going to prepare Jeff. I'm going to lean close to him, look him in the eye and go, okay, I've not done this before. But
that fills me with confidence. Thanks.
It's okay. Stay nice and calm. Just listen to the sounds of my voice and try and forget everything around you. We're just going to focus a little and we're going to talk about exactly what it was you saw here. When you showed up in your van, you and your co-workers got out and you began firing. There was a firefight. A lot of it happened exactly the same way. Lovely Leia here managed to get one of you in the throat with her gun. Grace managed to take out another. You didn't get a very good look at the rest of us until we were already dead. But you managed to finish us off. And indeed, you managed to finish off all of us, apart from our driver who got away in the car. And I'm going to try and use Forgetful Mind on him.
Okay, so the information of the events are basically all the same up until instead of you all going away alive, they're dead, and then they get in their car and drive away. Is that what we're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to class that as there are two events in the memory that you are wanting to change.
Okay.
Okay, so can you
first of all, roll me a rouse check. So roll me one of your blood die and tell me if you get hungry or not.
It's a critical success.
Okay, so you do not get hungry. Your power is now activated. Can you now roll me your manipulation and dominance? So your dominance is 3 and your manipulation is 4. So 7 dice, but obviously change one of your blacks for red. Yep. And I will roll his intellect and resolve, which isn't a lot.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4 successes and the rest are blanks.
4 successes. I mean, he got 1 success, so you absolutely smash it out of the park. Those 2 memories are basically changed to what you have said they're going to be. So as you engage the power of the forgetful mind, you can see him kind of like, his eyes kind of like start drooping for a second, and then you notice they completely glaze over. And then he kind of just nods and he moves past you, he gets into the van, and he drives off.
Well,
we're now free of the Inquisition.
I think that worked. It seemed that it worked. I was going to try and do the IT guy as well, but I think I did too good a job on this one. Damn, he could have been a snack. And Alexander will start walking back towards the car.
Cool. So Alexander is going to go and get in the car. When you open the door to the car, you can hear smooth FM.
Oh dear gods.
He's just in there chatting away to the driver. He will have got the driver's name or asked for it at this point.
Oh, bless. Your driver... God, I keep getting stuck in my throat and it's really annoying me. Your driver's name is David, and he prefers to be called David. He doesn't like being called Dave or anything shorter than that. It is David.
He's just nattering away to David. You guys all sorted?
I believe so. What is this god-awful music?
Well, this is a wee bit of Kate Bush, but it's smooth FM.
Sir Dan requested smooth FM, and I obliged. I did have to change it from the classical FM that Archie has, but I'm sure I can change it back if required.
Well, brilliant. Yeah, that sounds about right. And Alexandra will get in the car.
Leah kind of takes a look at Grace, remembers how she was about to dress, and then kind of starts moving the body so they look a bit less obvious. Just does it by herself.
Okay, so you're moving the bodies. Are you trying to move them so that they are disposed of and not?
So that they're kind of more concealed and like less obvious.
Wrap them in the water.
Potentially.
I mean, you could dump them. You could dump them into the canal.
Yeah, she was just kind of more just going to move into the side and then like tell us both back at the club and be like, there's a couple of bodies there. But yeah, if she sees the canal right there, she'll probably just dump them over the side.
Okay.
No ceremony.
Are you just dumping them? You're not stripping them down or anything. You're just going to dump them. Cool.
She's not going to know a huge amount about disposing of bodies.
Cool. Okay. So we're dumping the Inquisitor's bodies into the canal. Understood. What's Grace doing? Grace seems to be in a world of her own by the looks of it.
I am basically stood there watching these bodies getting dragged and chucked over, and then I look down at my dress and I look at me and I'm just like, I think possibly I might need to have a shower and clean after this. I feel I may have lost my temper and I've been shot.
Leah kind of looks down at herself, like, covered in other people's blood and her own blood, and just like, well, not her own blood, but other people's blood. And I was just like, keeps dragging bodies.
Are you getting in the car with the boys?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. As you head towards the car, you notice that the driver, David, gets out for a moment, and then he just goes into the boot of the car, and he pulls something out of the boot of the car. He shuts the boot, and then he opens the passenger doors, and he puts down what is essentially a plastic liner, because you're covered in blood. He doesn't want the upholstery to get stained. So, yes, he does that, and then kind of just stands out of the way and just, this way, Mom.
Sits on the lovely liner to not get his seats all day.
Don't imagine Archie would be too impressed. He came back and he destroyed his car.
It's just a little blood.
So
David, would you be able to take us back to Archie? I feel like we should maybe be dropping this bad boy off and you'll kind of tap the top of the VHS.
Of course, sir. Right away, sir. I will drive us back to the hotel.
Thank you.
So once you all get into the car, David will pull away and he will drive you back to the hotel. Is there anything you would like to discuss in the car before you actually reach the hotel? No? Are you all just sitting there in silence listening to Kate Bush?
I mean, I'm having the time of my life. I don't know about you guys.
I quite agree with this music choice.
So Dan and Grace are just lightly bopping to Kate Bush.
That's all you can do.
Alexander looks over at Leia and is like, this isn't, what do you listen to? This isn't what we're going to have to be dealing with forever now, is it?
I really hope not. I really hope not.
Oh, thank God.
Kate Bush is now the anthem of this courtroom.
It's a bop, my dudes.
What are you talking about? It's going to turn over as a heart in a second.
No, because if he changes the stations, he has to add old time with the little dials.
I know this is going to be really incredible for you, but radio don't just play the same song over and over again. Or is it just a medley?
It's just a medley of Kate Bush.
It's a Kate Bush.
It's a Kate Bush hour. Yeah, it's Kate Bush evening.
Kate Bush hour.
Kate Bush. All Kate Bush classics for 2 hours.
Greatest hits.
Greatest hits of Kate Bush for 2 hours straight. Only on.
But we're not that far from the hotel. Stop whinging.
Oh, beautiful. So yeah, you. Two of you get to listen to the delights of Kate Bush. Two of you get to listen to the hell that is Kate Bush. All that bush. So eventually you will pull back up at the hotel, and before you even start moving, David is out of his side of the car, he's at your side, he's opened the door and he's doing the very respectful low bow, door open, just wait for you,
David.
And he doesn't say anything. He just remains in his low bow. He waits for you all to shuffle out the car, and then he shuts the door behind you and gets back into his driver's seat, and he drives away, presumably to a car park or something that belongs to the hotel.
Do we really look respectable to be walking in the front entrance of this building like this? Some of us are a little bloody, to say the least.
Lil bloody.
Leia, you should hug her.
Little bloody.
Alexander whispers to her as he walks past.
Well, funnily enough, the person who looks the least presentable is also the one who has the ability to be invisible, if they so wish.
You muppet.
Are
Yes.
you serious?
Yes.
Bold of you to assume
I was like,
know
I
how
say
things
we
are.
go.
You have 2 points in obfuscate and you have unseen passage. You can be invisible.
I wish to attempt this. This is where I go into a major rage now and kill everyone.
Like you have 3 disciplines. You have obfuscate, presence, and dominate.
I didn't know I could go invisible.
Yeah, you have the ability to silence an area with silence of death, and you have the ability to go invisible.
Can I try that?
Let me just double check that it allows you to move. I believe it does. I don't think you have to stand stationary. You'd think I'd know this, considering I played a Nosferatu for like an entire campaign once. I say an entire campaign. An entire season of a campaign, and then starting the second season, I wasn't a Nosferatu.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun dun dun. World of Darkness bullshit. Let's see. Obfuscate, unseen passage. Oh no, you can move around. I was right. Yep. So yeah, if you wanted to use that, you could do that. You would have to remain incredibly quiet whilst moving. You can't be loud or anything, otherwise it kind of breaks the
I mean,
illusion.
that
to
might
do
be
so.
quite hard for Grace.
I know. I was just thinking that, but you know, we'll give her the option of
Well,
being quiet.
We'll see how long this lasts. Because I'm not going to know that I need to stay quiet.
Yeah. If you wish to activate your discipline, you need to roll me a rouse check. Red dice. Just one red. Tell me if you get hungry or not. You do. Marvelous. So you activate your power. Considering you've never done this before and nobody has taught you how to do this, this is entirely instinctual of your beast. Because you've just said you're not presentable and should really be going in, blah, blah, blah. Your beast is just kind of in the back of your head, just growls to you. Invisible. And then all of a sudden, to the rest of your group's eyes, you disappear. Well, not to their eyes. They turn around and you're no longer there. Because you can't do it when somebody's looking at you. It's like that character from, what do you call it? It's not the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. It's the funny one, isn't it?
I know which one you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called now. It's been so long. But yes, you have gone invisible. You can move around, but you can't touch anything. So you can't open doors. You can speak to people, but it has to be in like a low whisper. So you would have to go up to like somebody's ear and whisper in their ear, essentially. You can't like just talk in a normal level. I think that's about it. You can't touch anything and you can't be loud. Yeah.
And I'm like, but where did she go?
Is that a thing we can do?
What, will yourself out of existence? Grace.
Oh, I thought she just snuck away quickly. Oh.
Grace.
I'm just going to go up behind Dan very, very gently, just whisper in his ear and just be like, yeah.
Oh, you creepy wee besom, you. Yeah, she's still here. She's still here. Oh. He just kind of like flails at the air behind him, like, if I can. Get away. Right.
That's something new.
Let's go in and turn this nonsense over.
I mean, yeah. Kind of what she was saying wasn't untrue, you know. Probably tidy up a bit, but they've seen worse.
And bimble on inside and head towards where we'd met Archie the last time.
So you head through the revolving doors of the hotel and through into the lobby, where it is still incredibly bright and almost very golden looking, goldy yellow marble-y colour. And you take a left into the hotel lobby bar. And there's not as many people in there now as there was previously, but you can indeed see Archie sat at a table with a newspaper just nursing a glass of dark liquid.
Cool. I'm gonna toddle on forward with my VHS player.
DVR. Yep. So as you walk forward, he almost like he senses your presence. He folds the newspaper. He puts it down. He puts his drink down, and he stands up, and he once again throws his arms open for you, and he just goes, "Daniel, you've returned. Marvelous."
We've come bearing gifts, and he'll just kind of like gesture with the box.
Ah, is this the footage?
I believe so.
You believe so? You mean you've not checked?
Well, we put the fear god in the guy we got it off of. So pretty sure we've got what we were looking for.
And he looks at you for a moment, and he puts his... The fear of God into an Inquisition member. It sounds to me, Daniel, that you've let him get away alive.
He wasn't dead when I last saw him.
So he's alive then?
To be honest, with how his friend drove, touching
There were 2 of them.
There were 4. But there is not anymore.
So, you disposed of 2 and then let the other 2 get away?
One of them we sent away, to be fair.
You sent them away? How so?
I told him what he was going to remember, and he seemed convinced that that was what he remembered. They think we're dead.
You used your discipline on him.
Is that what it was? I don't know. I looked into his eyes and saw all kinds of different things, all whispers in the back of my head telling me things to do.
Interesting. Well, I suppose that's a better reason than just letting them get away. But it sounds like one of them still knows the truth. Is that true? There is no about it, Daniel.
You didn't meet Carol. There's a lot of with Carol.
I'm sorry. Who's Carol?
The poor guy in the back of the van.
I see.
Not important. Not important.
Well,
what is that we got this box.
Well, I hope for all of our sakes, Daniel, that it has the footage on that we were after in the first place. And we better pray. We better pray that your friend's abilities hold true, and that the Inquisition don't come back. Shall we go have a look at see what footage is on this beast then?
Yep.
Follow me. And he takes you once again back through to the room where you first saw that little clip of footage. There's nobody following him. Yeah, his PA doesn't seem to be around at this time. He just takes you back through to the room, and he holds his hand out for the DVR machine.
Hand it over.
So he takes it, and then he starts plugging some cables into it next to a computer. He starts typing away on this computer screen. And he then presses a button, and it essentially transfers, does like the second screen thing onto the TV screen. And you can see a still, essentially, with a little timestamp and a little date stamp. And it is an image of the freezer that you all found yourselves in. but it's just the freezer. There's nobody in there as yet. Do you want to take a seat and we'll start the movie?
Yep, absolutely. Takes a seat.
Cool. When you all sit down, Archie presses the play button and the video plays as follows. So you can see the freezer room of the restaurant that you woke up in the other night. And for a couple of seconds, it's just that image. There's nothing else. And then there seems to be a light kind of occurs, which you can make out to be somebody opening a door, and the light from the room, like opposite, essentially is shining in, and it's casting that little like light box shadow thing into the freezer room. And you see one by one yourselves being dragged into this room, and you do not seem to be moving. You don't seem to be breathing. You are essentially like prop dolls in the arms of these 4 burly men who are bringing you in, and they settle you down on the floor. And as they put you down on the floor and they pull away, you can see that there are stakes in your chest, not stakes as in the meat kind, the wooden kind. Rude. So there's 4 stakes all in your chests, and these burly men move out the way, and they take the stake out of your chest, and you can see twitches coming back to you, but you're not awake yet. The 4 men then pull out a little vial, and they all uncork the vial, grab hold of your chins, and just gently force your mouth open and pour the vial contents into your mouth. You can assume that it is blood, but you don't know if it was human blood or if it was animal blood or whatever. So as soon as the vials are empty, they put the corks back, put the empty vials back into their jackets, and then they just leave you to it. They leave. One more person comes in, dragging the dead body that was hung up in the middle of the room, and they hang that body. Once that's hung, they then leave the room, and the silhouette of the door essentially closes, and the room is left back in its darkened state. The video then plays on for another 2-3 minutes, and then you notice one by one you all start waking up. And it is exactly as happened, but you're seeing it from the point of view of the camera. And that then plays on to you escaping, and once you've escaped, that's it. That's the end of the footage. And when it's finished, Archie presses the stop button. Well, that hasn't exactly explained anything more than what you'd already told me, but it's nice to know now that we have this footage. Are you certain it is the only copy of the footage?
Yep.
Very well. I will dispose of this. Make sure it doesn't get into the wrong hands. I will be here for another few nights, and then I will be moving on to Sheffield. Daniel, if you wish to accompany me, you may do so. But if you want to make other arrangements, then please let me know before I am due to leave.
No, sounds good. I'm interested to see what we can learn here.
Good. For now, though, you are free to do as you so wish. Within limits, of course. Don't go berserk and start drinking the town dry.
Hadn't been intending on it.
You might want to make your way back to Elizabeth and let her know that situation has been taken care of, and hopefully that the Second Inquisition will not be making a reappearance.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for getting the footage.
This was interesting.
I'm just gonna go.
Has Grace just been
behind-
invisible in the back of the room this entire time?
Yeah, I'm just behind you. I'm put behind you, Doug, and I'm just gonna be like, what happened to your snakes? Did you leave them in the limo?
And he will just remove one snake from like his top like shirt pocket, and the other one's kind of like round his wrist, and just kind of like shows them to the air behind him.
Archie just kind of looks at you for a second and then goes, "Ah, yes. Your other companion." And he looks directly at you, Grace. To him, you're just there. You're not invisible.
I'd rather if you didn't look at me like that when I'm dressed like this.
Oh, I apologize, my dear.
Shall we go so we can clean up?
Are you whispering that, or are you saying that in a normal?
I'm
I mean,
whispering it,
you did just say that in a normal level voice to him. So we're gonna say that your unseen passage has been broken because you did say that in such a way that you couldn't say that quietly. Yes. So Grace reappears in front of you all. Listen, well, not in front of you all, but she reappears in the room.
Okay, so it does have limitations. Good to know.
Yeah, we should probably head on back to the club.
I could get David to drive you back if you so wish.
That would be fab. If you could.
Not a problem. And he kind of goes to the phone on the wall and picks it up and just, yes, could you send my driver round to the front again, please? Thank you. Just hangs it up. If you wish to make your way to the reception area, David will pick you up and take you back to Elizabeth's.
Thank you, Archie. And you'll head on out.
You all are following suit, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So again, you all head back out. It's like having deja vu, just in and out. All back out to the front, where once again, David has pulled the car back up, door open, respectful bow, waiting for you all to get in.
Hop on in.
Once you're all in, door shut, into the seat and starts driving. Smooth FM is still playing. It's not Kate Nash though.
It's not Kate Nash.
No.
It wasn't Kate Nash to begin with. It was Kate Bush.
Kate Bush.
That's okay.
Who's Kate Nash then?
Kate.
We did their foundations.
Oh yeah. Okay, it's Kate Nash now. There you go.
Okay, fair enough.
It's Kate Hour. Grace hits of Kate. No second name. So yeah, you get in the car and David goes, "Where to, sir?"
Going back towards the club where we were heading before.
What is the name of the club, sir?
The symposium.
Thank you, Mom. And he drives off down the road.
I definitely remembered that.
Symposium. I was like, I'll get you a picture of what the symposium looks like, but I'll do that later. So it's a very short journey back to the symposium, and once you get there, same as usual, out the car, opens the door, respectful bow. You get the idea. I'm not going to do it every time he appears in your story. But yeah, the doors of the symposium are open. There is a bouncer there, but obviously he doesn't even give you a glance. He just knows.
Thank you, David.
Thank you, sir. I will, I suppose, see you in a few days' time.
Safe journey.
So, and off he pops. So polite. It's almost like he's paid to be that way. So
you don't need to be nice to him.
Yeah, sure. You all heading down into the symposium.
And once you head down, it's a little bit busier than it was when you left. You can see Julia is there, and she does have the other male bartender, and there is another female bartender tending the bar. They're pretty busy. There's a lot of people in front of the bar doing the usual, holding money out and just shouting, waiting to be served. The dance floor is packed. The music is booming, and there seems to be various groups of people. There is either people dancing, there's people like standing around high tables drinking and talking, there's a couple of people in the individual booths, and there's a variety of how people are dressed. So you've got people who are dressed in PVC dresses and stuff like that. You've got people who are dressed very much more the kind of way that Leah dresses, sort of like the combat-y sort of look. You've got people who are guys who are dressed in like almost like three-piece suits, and girls who are dressed in like their best sort of dresses. It's a nice mix and match of different types of people, but they all seem to be having a really good time. As you glance around the room, you don't see anyone who's not enjoying themselves.
Is there anyone I recognize?
Nope. Unless... Actually, make me a... Wits and awareness, please. So it's wits is free, your awareness is free, 6 dice, removing and replacing one black one with one red.
Two criticals. I'm just going to show it to you.
I love it when... So yeah, 2 critical successes. So that is 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 successes. Math. It's great when you're just in the same room.
Just show you DM, it's easier.
Just show your DM, it's easier. Yeah.
Like
So,
breaking the immersion.
oh my god, the immersion! Not like you can't see the Buster Sword on the blanket. Okay, so on 7 successes, you do see somebody. There is a young sort of man who looks to be in his mid to late 20s, and he is dressed in a very nice shirt and dark jeans? Denim jeans, like light denim jeans, but like a shirt, and he's got a nice pair of like brown brogue shoes on. And he is chatting just to some girl, but you do recognize the young man to actually be your nephew.
I am going to run behind the bar because I've just remembered that I'm covered in blood.
So you run towards the bar. You can't actually run behind the bar because the hatch to the bar is currently being bombarded by people. So you couldn't run behind the bar. You could, however, run to the door that says staff only, which leads to the upstairs.
Yes, then in that case, yes. That
Okay.
direction.
So you're just beelining.
Yes.
Not okay. So yep, you make a beeline for the staff door to get out of view of your nephew. What's everyone else doing? You all just see Grace just kind of like look around the room, stop. If she could go pale, she would go pale, and then make a beeline for the door, and then through the door, and that's it. That's the last you see of her. You don't know if she's like gone up the stairs or if she's just hiding behind the door.
You think she's just realised that she's visible again?
It's Grace. God
She-
only knows.
Yeah, she's odd, right? It's not just me.
Oh no, like, I mean, you're pretty odd yourself, Alexander. I'm not gonna lie, but she's up there too. She's up there too.
She's just all about her appearance, and I kind of looked at her and went, shame, I'm gonna try and help with the bodies, does she know?
Bodies. Oh, well, now I feel guilty. Oh, well.
I mean, I put them where I could, but I want to tell Elizabeth about them because
Yeah, that's a good shout.
not exactly
Yes.
the best hidden. I'm not exactly an expert at this kind of thing.
I'm sure she has a cleanup crew. All, like, well-established groups have a cleanup crew. He says, thinking very carefully about still wanting a phone. That's... So, yes, we should try and get to Elizabeth, right? Yes.
Let's head on up.
They look kind of busy on the bar. Like, I think it's best. Like, we know where we're going. Julia's seen us before.
Yeah.
Like, it should be fine.
When they're like past the bar and on their way up, Dan will try and catch Julia's eye and just kind of like gesture that they're going up.
Yeah, that's easy to do. While she is incredibly busy, she is continuously looking past the crowd at the bar just to keep an eye on the actual room. So you can catch her eye and give her a quick sort of heads up, and she'll just kind of thumbs up and continue serving the person she's serving. As you are moving through, Alexander, you notice that a girl in a PVC dress starts like sort of coming towards you, just kind of like, she's just, you can clearly see she is fucking wasted. She's just kind of like doing this. She doesn't know you, you don't know her, but she is just like, yeah, come on, come dance. She's got her come hither eyes.
I'll be right with you, Alexander says, and he kind of saunters over to her as confidently as he can.
He kind of clocks it. It's just like, I mean, priorities, man.
Like Alexander, who seemed very uptight up until this point, has literally just gone over and started dancing with this girl.
Yep. This girl has got no shame. She is
Alexander.
Going for it.
Alexander. He's just standing there. Alexander. Alex. Alexander.
Just a minute, okay? And he whispers, he'll lean in close to the girl's ear and he'll whisper, I have some business, but I will be back very shortly. I hope you're still here waiting for me.
I'll wait for you all night. You're awesome. You're really sexy.
I will definitely be back as soon as I can. His voice is like cracking a little bit. He's like,
don't keep me waiting.
I would never dream of it, dear. Not even a little.
And then she just kind of turns around and she's now dancing with some other girl who is equally absolutely fucking intoxicated. And you can just, as you're leaving, you can just hear them going, woo, party! I feel sick to myself being like that.
Okay, I heard it twice.
And yeah, Alexander will casually walk back over to Leia and Dan as if nothing happened, just kind of... So yes, Elizabeth?
Just getting a little snack.
This is the face that you're currently getting, like...
Planning for later, I think, is a good plan. We've been busy. It's good to get some time
Attention span is non-existent.
I have very specific... You know what?
I don't want to know.
With you.
I don't want to know.
I have very specific tastes.
I
the door.
don't want to know. Let's go up and speak to Elizabeth.
Alexander, completely no shame, no worries. Just like, okay, cool. We'll go up.
Okay. So as the rest of you all make your way to the staff door, as you open it, you can indeed just see Grace on the other side, just kind of like just standing there staring at the door. So obviously when you walk through it, it looks like she's staring at you. She's just like...
Elizabeth,
that's Grace.
Are you all right, Grace?
Has everyone here just had a complete, like, reality break, or?
I mean, we did just have a...
Oh boy. Sometimes
What?
people know people in even weird clubs like these, and I feel like maybe we should just move off the stairs, out of the way of the doorway, because people are starting to look at the open door with 4 people stood in it.
Okay,
I'm gonna just
unclench. Like, and you'll like shoo her up the stairs a wee bit. Right, jeez.
You're all heading up the stairs, shoving everyone up the stairs. Just go, 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 go. I assume Dan's the last person and just shoving everyone like, go, go. Move it.
They're doing cats.
I mean, you're not wrong. As you get up these stairs and head towards Elizabeth's office, you can hear a conversation going on. The door of the office is open, so you can hear Elizabeth, but you can hear somebody else speaking. As you get closer, you're starting to get bits of the conversation. You hear Elizabeth go, well, yes, I'm aware of their situation, but you're our sponsor, therefore should you not have the responsibility of looking after them now? And then you hear a very heavy sigh of, I mean, I guess I could look after them for a bit, but Elizabeth, I'm not kindred anymore. I can't look after kindred. I don't even know where to start with them. Are you all just going straight for the door?
I'm just gonna like knock the side of it before just like plowing in, be like, I'm home.
I'm home. As you knock on the door, the side of the door, you can see Elizabeth, as usual, sat at her desk with her laptop in front of her. And then in front of her, in one of the semi-high back chairs, you can see just the top of somebody's head. You can see that this person has got silver hair, like silvery white hair. And they haven't turned round or anything like that. They're just still sat in the chair. And Elizabeth clocks eyes with you and goes, "Ah, Dan, you're back." And then she notices the rest of you. "Ah, good evening again. Were you successful in your
Yeah, but pretty successful, all things
So you
considered.
spoke to the Tremere, yes?
Yeah. Archie, he was lovely.
Oh, good. And is he your sire?
Yes, it seems about right.
Well, that's marvelous news. That's really good. I'm really pleased for you.
Not interrupting anything, are we?
No. In fact, please come in. Shut the door. I should have shut it before. Kind of got sidetracked, and she takes her e-cigarette vape.
Starts chewing it.
She just takes a puff as Elizabeth does. You'll find she always has her e-cig like just next to her there. It's like a subconscious thing to do. Just like instead of lighting a cigarette, obviously it's just done. But if you're bundling into the room, as you bundle in, so you kind of come forward, and as you come forward, you can actually get a good look at the lady sat in the chair. You can see the silver white hair that she has, which is French plaited down one side. So she's got it like down there. She's got relatively pale skin, but not as pale as Elizabeth's skin, for example. It's got a slight bit of pink to it. She seems to be wearing a grey jacket with black sleeves, and it's got like a black hood. And she's got black combat pants on and black combat boots. And she looks to you all as you kind of sort of bundle into the room, and you can see she has got incredibly green eyes. Her eyes are like looking at clear emeralds, and when the light sort of shifts in the room, the shadow and the light of her eyes actually shifts as well. So they either appear like lighter or darker.
but in a really ethereal sort of way. And she all kind of stares at you all. She doesn't say anything. She's just kind of like. And Elizabeth just kind of points and goes, this is our benefactor. This is the person who sponsors us at this is Alyssa. And we're going to take a break. So thank you very much, everyone who has stuck around and watched. We will continue with the ragtag fledglings and their conversation with Elizabeth and Alyssa after the break. So stick around. It's going to be a real fun second half.
Woo! Hello. We're back. Hopefully, you're all still here and you haven't buggered off to go watch something else. I would understand if you had. But if you're still here, thank you very much. If you've been with us since the beginning, thank you. If you're just joining after the break, welcome to Heavyweight Gaming. We are playing Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition. We are playing the starter campaign, which you can get off the Mordifius website for £5 whole. Don't ask me what it is in other currencies. That's what Google's for. So before the break, you all went up to Elizabeth's office in the symposium, and you were very quickly introduced to Alyssa, who you have been told is the benefactor / supporter of the whole club and various activities involving Kindred Society. So again, Alyssa is just sat in this chair, just looking at you all up and down. She's not saying anything. She's just staring. Yes, this is Alyssa. She is the one who actually managed to inform us of your capture, and told us where you were so we could get you out. So I suppose in a way it's her you have to thank for your freedom.
Thank you for that, I guess. Alyssa, you have our gratitude.
Oh my. How, partly that sounded enough like, hello, Alexa. Jeez, oh, right.
Yes! Okay, Bush.
Unplug you. Away you go, you sassy little hockey puck. Right. Apologies, stream. Alexa decided she wanted to weigh in with a little bit of Mika.
Somebody please draw me an Alexa with sassy little hockey puck written above it. I want that as a sticker.
Don't say that too loud.
Thanks for breaking the immersion.
Alexa, breaking immersion since whenever Alexa was created.
Yes.
Yes. And Alyssa just looks at you. Sure. It's to be honest, I would imagine anyone would do similar. At least around here, they would. So, yeah. You're welcome. And she just kind of still sat there, just not. You get from this whole conversation that Alyssa is somebody who is of very little words. She doesn't come across as a very social creature, unlike Elizabeth, who again is just sat there vaping away, and she looks at you all and goes, "So, did you spend this entire time speaking to Archie, I believe you said his name was?"
Yeah, no, we met Archie. We then found out that there were video records of us in the meat fridge. We then went to go find them. The Second Inquisition then found us. Shots were fired. Video was stolen back. Handed that over to Archie, and now we're here.
Mel, Beth, and Sean, can you all give me a wits awareness check, please?
Wits and awareness.
Where's awareness? Huh? Where's awareness? Why can't I see awareness? Oh, it's that. Okay, never mind. It's alright. I got it. I got this.
Ironically, could not find awareness.
2 success.
Passes.
1 success.
1 success, 3 success, and sorry, what was yours, Mel?
2.
2. Okay. So Grace, you notice that when Dan says Second Inquisition, you notice Alyssa sort of tense for a second and then relax again.
Well, it sounds like you had a little bit more of an adventure than what is normally expected of fledglings on their second night. So that's impressive. And you came across Second Inquisition as well?
Yep. In fairness, I think they were possibly trainees. They seemed even less aware of what they were up to than we were, which is saying something. But worked in our favour in the end, so not going to complain too much.
Good. They're dead then, yes?
Not all of them.
Not quite.
Oh dear. Did they get away? Do I need to be preparing for an attack of more Inquisition?
I don't think so.
They're pretty convinced they killed us.
They think we're dead.
Okay. Well, that's better than nothing. So, good. I guess. But the ones you did kill, what did you do with them? Just in case do I need to be sending a clean out crew?
Probably.
I said they'd have them.
I'm not
yes,
exactly the most experienced.
That's fine. Please tell me you didn't just leave them in the middle of the...
No, I kind of just put them over the side into the canal.
Oh, good. That's fine. I will get Dom and the boys to go pick that up and dispose of them. We've got a fair few hours before anyone would notice the bodies in the
That's why
canal.
I just was like, if they could just get out the way, it's less obvious that there's been a bit of a shootout. Probably for the best.
Well, yes, you fought right, so good job. I mean, to be honest, even if the bodies had turned up, we could have got it sorted. Nobody would have questioned it. There's enough kindred presence around here that we at least all watch each other's backs. And then Elizabeth looks at Alyssa and goes, so you were right on the Second Inquisition coming back round. Weird, considering it's been a year. I didn't think they would come back after the last time. And Alyssa's just kind of sat in the chair, slumped back, and she just kind of sat there and goes, yeah, I really hoped they wouldn't come back after what happened the last time, but apparently they did. So I guess we better be on the lookout in case they do come back. I'm not, and then she looks at you, Alexander, and she's, I'm not doubting whatever it is you did, but you are just a fledgling, and whatever you did might not hold. So we better just prepare.
I mean, we got names of the two that survived, so I don't know if that's going to help you at all, if you already know them, or...
I don't make it my business to know who they are. I just try to get them back out of Chester as quickly as possible, and hopefully not into another kindred's territory. Or even worse, if we send them somewhere that's not kindred. It's not just us they hunt.
Of any use?
Sorry, what was that, Dan?
Oh, just if it was of any use.
It might be to some people, but around here, it's more just to get rid of them.
Oh, nice.
They
Although for future.
They had kind of run scared the last time. Really did hope that would be it, and they would never come back again. Too scared of the area, but that's proven us wrong by them being back. Did they say anything about why they picked the area, or?
They said that they didn't want to come back again. if that's...
So they were probably forced here.
Yeah, they said they didn't like Chester.
Yeah, the last time they were here, it didn't end so well for them and for a number of people, actually, mostly Kine. And then you just kind of see Alyssa kind of sags in her chair, and obviously she just stops talking and obviously looks like she's gone into her own head. And Elizabeth just leans over her desk and snaps her fingers at Alyssa and just, Alyssa. And Alyssa shakes her head and says, sorry, I didn't mean to. And I know, it's brings up memories, it's fine, I understand. And she looks back around you all and goes, so, Elizabeth wants me to take you under my wing and look after you, at least for the first year of your new lives. I'm not saying I won't, but I'm not saying I'll be the greatest mentor. I could only teach you what I learned.
You don't... I spoke to Archie. I'm gonna tag along with him when he...
Oh, okay. Well,
he
yeah,
heads on out.
if that would actually make more sense, really. If you can tag along with your sire, then that's great. He'll be able to teach you more about your clan than I could ever teach you.
One less mouth to feed.
Well, the feeding part isn't so much of an issue, but yes, I suppose you're right. It would be one less person to make sure it doesn't frenzy.
Yes, well, we, unlike Dan, none of us know who our sires even are, so that would be helpful.
I have a place outside of Chester. It's relatively secure and out of the way of pretty much everyone and anything, so it's safe. It just means that if you wanted to come into the city, you would have to make your way back and forth. You'd have to be very careful of when the sun was coming up and so on and so forth. But that's all stuff I can teach you, and I can, I guess, be a protector, and you'll have Elizabeth and the club. And Elizabeth just kind of nods her head, says, "Yes, you'll have us here. We'll always be here. We're a network. We look after each other." I can take you back with me now if you want, and you could shower and I don't know, get a change of clothes. I can see what I've got. I have a selection. They're mostly donated clothes, but they might do for now. And she just kind of looks at she looks at Grace and just goes, I don't, Elizabeth, I might need to borrow one of your suits. I don't think anything I have is going to be good enough for that one.
I mean, considering the way you're dressed, I think you'd probably be right.
I mean, this outfit works for me, and it has done for at least 3 decades, so...
Wait, the same outfit?
Yes, the same outfit. Well, there was a time in 24 where I kind of had to rely on animal skin, but yeah, mostly the same outfit over and over again.
How long have you been? What are you exactly?
Well, I'm not like you. I'm not kindred. At least I'm not kindred anymore. I'm not entirely sure how to explain this, especially because you're so fresh.
It's okay, we probably won't understand anyway, so just have a wee bash at it.
Oh, okay. I'm a warrior of. Let's just say I'm a warrior of a moon goddess.
And you were right. Not a clue what that means, but I can pretend I do.
Yeah. I'm what they call a lunar exalted, but I was a kindred. Well, this is where things get complicated because time. I suppose I wasn't kindred technically a year ago, but then more technically it would have been 5 years ago.
Not a clue.
Would I know anything about this with occult stuff? Have I read anything about it?
Give me a occult intelligence roll, but you don't get your speciality because your speciality is Egyptian dark magic. But you can definitely make me an occult intelligence roll.
Oh my god, this could go horribly wrong. It's a lot of dice.
That is a lot of dice. It's almost like you were specializing in the occult.
As if all of them dice and only 2 success.
8 dice, 2 success.
8 dice, 2 success.
Sounds like a normal dice roll to me. Okay, you from the vague description that she's giving you, you kind of think something to do with time, but you can't put an absolute finger on it. You've read more in the what you've read comes across as more science fiction than occult. It's not. Time travel is more a sciencey thing rather than a occult thing.
I meant more about the lunar exalted, but yes.
Oh right. Oh sorry. No, you've never heard of a lunar exalted. No.
Okay. That is. I will stand there looking baffled like everybody else.
Marvelous. Yeah. So yeah, I was a kindred. I was a kindred for two decades before I changed into this, and that was, in all honesty, I'd say pot luck, but I don't think it was luck either. I think it was just destiny. You'll find things in your new world are real confusing, and for somebody who has been in this sort of existence for as long as I have, it's still very confusing to me. So I can only apologize if I start giving you a fake headache, because it's kind of difficult for you to get a headache.
Well, that's something at least, I suppose.
Yeah, it has its perks, but obviously it has its massive downsides. But yes, if you want to come back with me, I can. We can have more of a chat, and we can let Elizabeth get on with her club business, and you can all have a shower and stuff. And Elizabeth gets up from her chair, opens her closet, and just picks out another suit and just hands it to Grace. Just knowing, she just doesn't say anything. She just like.
Thank you.
I have a thing to attend to in this club before I come with you.
Elizabeth just kind of cocks her head at you. Alyssa then kind of also similarly cocks her head at you.
Dan just rolls his eyes.
So does Leah.
And Elizabeth, you have a thing to attend to.
How do you have a thing to
He's
attend
got a
during my...
snack.
Oh, I see. Well, in that case, be gentle. Use the booths.
Wear a crash helmet.
Oh no, he doesn't need to wear a crash helmet.
I was.
I know
Never
you would.
mind.
I know.
Perhaps we
Never
can
mind.
craft something.
Don't worry. I'm sure everything will be absolutely fine.
Just to let you know, in case you were thinking about doing the hokey cokey, you can't.
It's gravy time.
Sorry, what?
You cannot engage in intimate acts. That's not. Sorry, that's not. It's not a thing you can do as a kindred. We don't.
You don't do the do.
You don't. Yes, you
That
can't.
is-
You can't do that.
That is some mighty, painful small print, but that's noted. Thank you.
Yes, I have heard of kindred who have found ways to engage in intimate acts, but I believe they're probably out of your reach for a while. So just bear that in mind.
I mean, yes, this conversation took a turn I wasn't expecting, but that's
Sorry
good to know. No.
I'm honestly really
Information
sorry to burst your bubble, but I thought I'd best tell you before you got down there and really did disappoint the poor girl.
Yes.
Go.
Yes. No, that's fine. That wasn't my intention anyway. That's fine. It's just snackery.
Well, as I said, if you're
Hmm.
going to have a snack, use the booths.
I will do so. Yes, I had definitely thought that far ahead.
Good. I guess the rest of you are welcome to stay here, or you can go and see the bar, I guess.
I'm not really dressed to go downstairs. Unless I can change
You
here.
can change here if you wish. You can just use the
I'm
room next
gone.
door. And she's gone.
I'm gone.
Good. What about you, Anne and Leah? Do you want to follow Alexander, or do you want to stay up here with me?
As funny as I'm sure following Alexander and his newfound knowledge would be, I think I'll probably just sit tight. It's been a pretty busy evening.
You said a shower, like, that sounds amazing right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Alyssa looks at you and goes, "Well, the sooner Alexander goes and has his meal, we can go. In fact, if you want, we can just go and sit in the car, and then when he's ready, he can come join us, I guess."
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. We should probably wait for Gris, and then we can go down to the car.
Yeah, Alexander has already kind of made his way out of the room.
He's gone. Okay, so Alexander. Every time I say Alexander, I just want to start singing
Hamilton. Oh yeah.
Oh boy. So you make your way back down the stairs and back out into the main bar area. And as before, bar is absolutely chocker. The poor free bar staff, Julia and the other two, just run off their feet, but they are holding it tight. They're running a good ship. They're well trained. They know how to deal with things. And the dance floor seems slightly more busier as the time has gone on. But as you walk into the room, you immediately catch sight of the lady in her PVC dress. And almost like she sensed you coming, she just turns and she just kind of goes, "Ah!"
Yes!
Completely post-verbal.
God.
I'm gonna be sick. Using my experience as a barmaid for umpteen years, this is how every drunk girl acts, in my opinion.
Same.
So yeah, she's standing there, she's pointing at you, she's shouting, she's, yeah, come on, let's go dance.
So Alexander is going to sidle up to her and he'll start dancing a little bit as he approaches her. And yeah, he'll dance with her for a little bit, not for very long at all. And he'll lean in.
Give me.
Oh, no.
No, you're not getting out of this
Shit.
without. Give me a. This is a dance, so we're going to say dexterity performance check.
Oh, Christ.
And you have no performance.
I have no performance. It's just going to be, this is going to be bad. A success and a skull. Skull on the red die. And one success.
That's fine. Yeah, it's fine. That's fine. Okay, so yeah, your dancing abilities are not great. But she is definitely dancing way worse because she is trashed. So she doesn't notice that you're not the best dancer in the universe.
So I'll keep a quick eye out for these booths that they were talking about. Is it literally just kind of booths near the wall? And
yeah, they're like built into the walls, almost like alcoves, and they've got like curtains that, like the sheer see-through, semi-see-through, gonza material, whatever you want to call it, chiffony stuff.
That makes sense.
Yeah. It's those kind of curtains, so that you can see through them, but you can see the shapes of people, but you can't actually see any like facial features and stuff like that. Okay. They are built into the walls. One of them is open. You can see the rest of them all currently occupied.
And as they're dancing, Alexander will lean in and kind of as he like, I'd say whispering, but we're in a club, so probably not whispering, but just kind of. Oh, do you want to go go and sit down over there for a minute?
I'd love to. Like, let's find a seat. Yeah. Let's find a seat.
And he'll like take her hand and lead her over towards the booth.
She's giggling the entire way, like she's falling. She's falling in her stiletto shoes, just like laughing and giggling. She leans on you as you're dragging her forward.
And. Yeah, he'll lead her into the booth and close the curtains behind him, and yeah, I guess his first move will probably be to start making out with her, like kind of get her relaxed a little bit, and then yeah, he'll kiss down her cheek and down her neck, and then nom.
And then nom.
And then okay, you don't have any disciplines which will help you in this. So, can you give me? Let's see here. Can you give me a charisma persuasion roll, please, as you are sort of leaning close and gently whispering into her ears, just like as if you're trying to reassure her that, you know, everything's fine.
3 successes.
Beautiful. So as you caress her and kiss down her neck and everything and just gently get closer to her neck, you automatically feel your fangs slowly start to drop ever so slightly, as if elongating. And as you put your mouth next to her neck, you, without even actually touching it, you can hear her pulse in her neck. And in the back of your mind, there's that tiny little voice that just says, feed, feed, feed.
Then yeah, he's gonna do what the voice says, and he's gonna give into it and feed.
So you
Quite happily.
sink your fangs into her neck, and for a moment she kind of gasps, her eyes going wide, and then she relaxes in your arms, turning to Putty, and she sighs heavily and just sort of rolls with it. Being bitten, being fed from, is for a lot of kine is a very euphoric experience. Some kine actually become very addicted to it. Let me just roll a dice.
Oh no.
No. So yeah, you drink. How long are you drinking? You just quick couple of seconds.
Yeah, it's more of a snack and to get used to it more than anything. He doesn't want to go out into the world without being comfortable with it.
Okay.
And she's one of his preferred prey, so.
Yep. So yeah, you don't reduce your hunger because you can't reduce your hunger past 1 unless you do diablerie. So it isn't feeding your beast in any way. It's just a pleasurable thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
She seems very content with it. And to you, the blood is like drinking. It's like drinking a fine aged red wine. It is like tasting the most prime steak. It is everything that is divine to you because it is your type of prey. As you instinctively know to start backing off as not to drain her too much, your instincts tell you obviously to lick over the wound to seal it up, as you saw Elizabeth doing to you previous night when she tasted your blood. So as you retreat back, you just run your tongue over her neck, which she giggles at like a little girl. I'm not gonna do that. And that's the level of giggle there. And she is just weightless in your arms. She looks like she's about to pass out asleep. And she's. I thought you were trying to give me the cat there. Nope. And you just pull back from her, and she sighs, and she just goes, "Wow, that was awesome. You're awesome. What's your name?"
You can call me Alexander.
"Oh, that's awesome. You're awesome." And then she just hits the hit to deck. She's gone. She has gone to sleep. Are you just gonna leave her there? Just nah.
He kind of looks down at her for a moment. He'll kind of leave and re-shut the curtains behind him, and try and get over to the bar to let them know that she is there, but he doesn't really know what to do with her. He figures that he figures that they're used to this kind of thing and they will know what to do and advise him.
Yeah. Cool. So just gonna leave her there. You head over to the bar and you catch Julia's eye, and she saw you take this person across, and she can see the curtains are still shut. So she just kind of raises an eyebrow at you, smirks, nods, and then just kind of does that. That's to say, yep, it's cool. We got this.
He nods and grins, and then kind of he'll start making his way out because he's happy.
So Alexander is now going to join everyone else in the car.
Yep.
So once you get out, you do see the others and Alyssa sat in the car with the engine starting. They're just waiting for you. You open the car, you get in, and Alyssa starts driving off out of Chester.
Oh, well, that was fun.
You just get like a very, very like slow blink of
Hey, might as well get used to it now, right? When we're in comfortable, well-known locations, as well-known as we've had for the past few days. And he's a little bit sing-songy in how he's speaking now. Like, he's a lot more smiley and happy.
I don't know, there's still a big part of me that's very much like, unless I'm really hungry. Should I be doing that?
I mean, she seemed to enjoy it, and she's absolutely fine. She's just a little drained. She very much seemed to enjoy it, in fact. I was surprised at how much she enjoyed it. Well, I shouldn't really be that surprised.
Alyssa pips up at that and says, you'll find that some of the humans find it really, really pleasurable. You might want to be careful drinking from the same person over and over again. They might start developing a need for it. Like, they kind of can become addicted to it. So just keep that in mind if you're drinking from certain people. Some are more drawn to it than others are. Like, you could drink from somebody and they don't take to it as easily as what I'm assuming this girl did.
No, that's good to know. That's good to know. And didn't know it could be an addiction. That's fascinating.
Yeah, there's
far too big a smile on his face.
I've known some kindred who have ended up getting stalkers because of it.
Well, problematic, definitely.
Yeah, I really hope. I don't want you to get a stalker, considering it's your second night of existence. It would be impressive, but definitely problematic for me.
Best avoided.
Very much so. Yes.
Are any of you wishing to discuss anything else in the car whilst you have the drive to Alyssa's?
No, I think he'll basically just thank her for allowing him to stay with them until he's heading off with Archie. And who's kind of sitting closest? So I suppose probably in...
I imagine Grace is sat in the front seat because it's Grace and she's got a stick up her ass. And I imagine that I was going to say it'd probably be Leia would probably be next to you because Alexander would have got in last. So,
well, if it's a bit of a drive, then he'll be introducing Leia to Flump and Raspberry.
Kind of like side-eyeing them a little bit, like snakes, and then kind of as you're kind of like introducing them more and kind of being like, no, they're friendly, they're nice, and she's like, it's no worse than vampire stuff, I guess.
Oh, come on, that's a bit unfair on them. They're probably a lot less weird than the vampire stuff.
Somebody having two snakes that just live on them?
Well, I went and left the terrarium for them back with Archie, didn't I? So they're kind of stuck with me now.
I mean, they're a good defense, if nothing else. You know, we get jumped again. You snakes.
Then I've got two corn snakes in my pocket.
Yeah, most people don't know what snakes are what.
Would you be more used just throwing a bunch of damp noodles at somebody?
It's a surprise attack, right?
I don't want to throw my snakes at somebody.
Rocket snakes is a new attack I've not heard of before, I must admit.
We're not throwing...
I'm not talking about throwing them, it's just if you got suddenly attacked and then, you got a snake in you. Oh, never mind. We were shooting pistols
kind of
like 3 hours ago.
Trying to encourage her to like touch them and pet them to be like, no. Actually, let's just put these away. None for you.
I mean, most people have like a cat or a dog or like... 2 snakes. I mean, chase your bliss, my man. No?
I think they're pretty good company.
That's fair.
Grace going to turn around and just go, "Do you know, I actually don't mind snakes too much. I've read a lot about them. The Egyptians quite liked them."
Would you like to hold Raspberry?
Yes.
And you'll kind of like scoot forward a bit and like hold out one of the snakies.
Tiny little snake.
I feel like I now need to say this. Maybe don't throw the snake. And it gives like a proper like pointed side eye to like.
Oh no. Just
Will I get offended?
Pocket snake.
No,
I'm not
pocket
going to throw the
snake.
snake.
I don't know, but I'm gonna throw a cat in a minute.
I will not stop crying.
Oh jeez. Okay. So eventually,
That's where my snake lives.
yeah, I was just gonna say snake.
Go get my corn snake.
So eventually, Alyssa turns off the main road and she starts driving up a embankment. It's not like a main road or anything. It looks like it's not even a real road at the end of the day. It's like almost like a dirt track road up an embankment, up some hills in what looks to be the countryside. And eventually, after another 5-minute drive in the dark, you can see a very nice, almost modernized cabin. It's just the one story. It looks fairly large, and it's got right at the front, it's got like a full sort of like wall and a bit of a glass window. The lights are on currently. It's got a little porch, it's got a little driveway for a car, and you can see a little chimney, which has got some smoke coming out currently. And Alyssa turns the engine off as she pulls up, and then she just kind of leans to the side so she can kind of look at you all, but it's a bit difficult given the size of the car that you're currently in. Just give me a second to turn the log burner off, because whilst it's fine for me, it's not fine for you guys, and I don't want you frenzying in my house.
We can't deal with hot rooms there?
You can't deal with fire, even though it's behind glass. I don't really want to risk. I don't want to risk you seeing it, and your
Every
inner
day's a
beast.
learning day.
Yeah. Did you not think it was? Well, I suppose not. I was going to say, did you not think it was weird that Elizabeth smoked an e-cig? But they're pretty common now, so yeah, I guess. Okay, well, yeah, just let me turn that off, and then you guys can come in. She gets out of the car and toddles off inside of her house. You can see her walk into the living room because of the windows. You can see her walk in and just kind of shut the log burner off, and the fire goes off instantly. It's one of them real fancy ones where it's like built in and you just kind of like flip a switch and it goes on. Ones where you don't have to like restock the fire sort of stuff. And then she just turns to the window and she beckons you all inside.
Get out the car, bimble along.
Yep.
As you all enter inside of Alyssa's house, you can see that the outside is very much reflected on the inside. It is a very modern, contemporary style log cabin, essentially. The inside is all like hardwood floors with
like sheepskin throws here, there, and everywhere, and everything looks like it is handcrafted, like handcrafted wooden tables and stuff like that. The sofas that are in the main living room area are a nice sort of green. Yeah, they're like a darkish green color. They look very comfy. There's a chaise lounge in the window, and the windows have very thick and heavy, long blackout curtains for obvious reasons, because sunlight. And yeah, there's like just odd bits and pieces around. It's like a weird little cat figurine made out of like stone just sat on one of the tables. There's a table completely to one side which has got 2 photos on and a vase of roses. It's quite bright and airy in here and really comfy. And Alyssa just kind of like sits down in one of the armchairs which is next to the fireplace, and she just gives a big sigh, of course. So this is my place, and you're welcome to stay here. There are some spare bedrooms, but I do also have a basement if you don't want to stay in the bedroom. I mean, when I was a kindred, I didn't in particularly want to stay in a basement, so I don't imagine you'd willingly want to stay there, but there's bedrooms that way, and she points off down, there's like a little hallway, and the bathrooms that way as well. If you want to take a shower or a bath, there's fresh towels in the cupboard next to the bathtub. Yeah, just make yourself at home, guys. And she kind of heaves herself up and goes back down past the front door. She heads the other way to what looks like a kitchen area.
Oh, that sounds amazing. I think it's gonna go.
You want to head first then?
Well, she said there was a couple of different bedrooms and stuff. I don't know if you want to have a little look and see. And Grace, if you want to pick out your bedroom.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and try and find the biggest room, like the nicest looking room.
Expected that.
Roll the beds a little poke.
Just this one, no. This one, no.
Oh,
This one,
just
yes.
Goldilocks.
I understand
Like,
you are
on the
now
side
Goldilocks.
of her room, yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, so Leia is going for a shower, yes? Okay, we'll start with Leia. So you head on down the direction where Alyssa pointed, and there is like in the corridor there is sort of 4 doors, and then there's a door right at the end. If you open all of the doors on your way, you'll see it's bedroom, 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 and then the bathroom is right down the end. When you enter the bathroom, again, it fits the rest of the theme of the house, but there does seem to be an amazingly deep, one of those, I think they're Crawford bathtubs, you know, the ones that are self-standing, not built into anything. There's one of them. There is a shower, which has got one of those rainfall head pieces. There's a toilet and there's a sink, and there's a cupboard next to the shower, which if you open it, it's got all fresh towels in there. If you look at the shower, it's a really easy, it's just the pull, turn, that's your heat.
She's kind of like, she might sort of nip in one of the bedrooms once Grace picked hers out. And sort of see, like, she did mention something about like some donated clothes and stuff. She'll sort of see if there's like kind of a drawer, any kind of clothes and stuff that might look like they might vaguely fit.
Yeah,
it's not too fussy, unlike some people.
Like some people. Once you have your shower, yeah, you pick one of the rooms. You can see Grace has picked a room. So when you look at the other one, you can see one of them is very clearly Alyssa's room, but obviously you just kind of look at it and go, that's yeah, and then just shut the door again. The other rooms that are left, they're very similar. There's nothing massively different about them. They're a standard sort of, here's a double bed, here's some bedside tables, here's your lamps, here's a dresser, a mirror.
Leah's not going to be too fussy. Like, she slept on a cot last night. She's probably quite used to just kind of seeing where, like, because she works as a security guard, she's kind of just going to be used to like sleeping where she can.
Yeah,
like she's not gonna be too fussy. And the same with like her clothing, as long as it's clean, she's not too fussed what it looks like. She's like, as long as it vaguely fits, just like, yeah,
you'll be fine. Yeah, the rooms give off a very hotel-esque feeling. They're all nigh on similar. Their only difference is Grace will find in her room that it has a like a double wardrobe and a like a vanity desk.
Yeah, Leah will kind of like have a quick shower, like get changed and stuff, kind of be like call out and be like, shower's free if anyone wants it, and then kind of like go into the little room that she's kind of allocated herself, I guess.
When you're finished with your shower and you've gone into your room, Alyssa just kind of comes round and she's got like a pile of clothes, which she just hands you and says, "You're very similar to me, so I think these would probably do you." And she hands you like a vest top and more cargo-y type pants, sort of stuff.
She's very happy with that.
What is Alexander doing?
Well, Alexander will have like flomped onto one of the sofas for a bit and just chilled a little bit, just kind of his head's racing a little and he's enjoying it and letting himself kind of relax a little bit for the first time in a few days. And then once he hears Leia shout about the shower being free, he's not going to go for the shower, but he's then going to be kind of snapped out of it a little bit and he's going to go investigate and look for a bedroom.
Okay. So again, you see Grace has picked a bedroom and Leia has picked a bedroom. There's only two left. You open one of them, you see that's Alyssa's. You shut the door again, and you go for the other one. And again, same sort of layout. It's apologies. Same layout, double bed, bedside tables, lamp, dresser. But it looks super comfy.
Yeah, so he'll just kind of make himself comfortable there for a bit. He doesn't want to rush into the shower if other people are wanting it, but he will happily take one later.
Yeah. If you're lying down on the bed, it is like sinking into a marshmallow. Yes. Which is hilarious considering when you sleep, don't bloody matter what you're sleeping on, you're dead and you can't feel it. But some kindred like to retain the fact that they like sleeping on the higher quality things in life. Will you stop tormenting the cat?
He's chewing the internet wire and I don't want him to bite through it.
Oh my god.
The internet.
Yeah, please don't. What's Dan doing?
If no one else is going in for a shower, he will go and do that. Mostly just to like get off the vibe of like being in a meat fridge for an extended period of time, and then Luke's worked out that there doesn't seem to be another spare room, but he'll kind of like knock the door, check it. Oh no, that's for Alyssa. Okay, no, that's already got someone in it. No. Right, Grace is in there. Nope.
Are you kind of saying that out loud as you're opening the doors? Just nope, that's Alyssa's.
Yeah,
nope,
like,
that's.
Oh no, excuse me.
Alyssa, upon hearing you kind of opening the doors, going nope, that's nope. She'll just come around and go. There is one more room, but it's not in this line. It's actually it's down the other end of the hall near the kitchen.
Okay.
It is actually it's a study, but there's a sofa in there that pulls out into a bed.
That's fine. Doesn't really matter by the time you actually get on it what it is. But
Yeah, I don't normally, even though I have all these rooms, I don't normally entertain people.
valid. You said there was chance of possibly a change of clothing.
Yeah. If you want to come with me, there's a closet full of donated clothes, and she heads
That'd be
back
great.
down towards the what you find is to be the kitchen, and then obviously the office. There's like a hallway closet, and as she opens it and turns the light on, there are like rows of boxes, which have got like just scrollings on of like shirts,
Yeah.
pants, so on and so forth. And just help yourself. Just pick out whatever you want. Take as much as you want. There might not be anything that's like a matching suit in there, but it.
Don't necessarily need a matching suit.
Okay. They're all clean as well. They're washed, so don't worry about them being dirty or smelling weird. I know charity clothes can smell weird, but I've cleaned them.
Thank you. And you'll just kind of like pull down kind of the first box that looks like vaguely weather appropriate clothing, and just see what's kind of there in his size. Not kind of too fussed. Apart from that.
I take it Grace is in her bedroom, waiting for the shower to be free, or the bath.
No, I already showered.
Did you shower before Leah?
No, I showered. Was there not a shower at the club?
No.
Oh yeah, no. I'm gonna wait till last, then I'm gonna have a bath.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait till last to have a bath. Oh my god, she's got some consideration.
Yeah,
No.
it's amazing.
Okay. I think that's it free for you now, though.
Yeah, we'll assume that everyone else has the boys have taken their showers, and you can go and have a bath. So whilst Grace is having a bath, Alyssa will be sat in the living room, just kind of munching away on a sandwich. Just kind of like, so
You can do sandwiches now then.
and she looks at you like, I can do sandwiches.
Oh, from what folk had been saying before, that you couldn't do like
Oh,
normal...
you mean right? I'm sorry, I'm with you. You mean the whole eating concept? Yeah, because Kindred
Aye.
can't. Yeah, Kindred can't eat. Yeah, that. I say technically, I'm alive. I have a heartbeat, and I can die. It takes a bit of a beating, but I'm mortal. So I have to eat and sleep and do what humans do. It's interesting, considering I didn't have to do it for so long, and then suddenly I had to start doing it again.
Wee bit of a pain in the arse, I'm sure.
It was for a while. I wasn't entirely sure that I needed to eat, and then I got so hungry that I demolished essentially the entire McDonald's menu, and I hate fast food.
Sometimes a dirty burger just does it for you, though, or used to.
Yeah. I do have some reserves of blood, in case anybody is hungry. So
I'm still pretty
good
just now. Yeah.
Okay.
Had something not that long ago, so.
Okay, good. Well, I don't think there's much more that you can do tonight. The sun will be rising in a few hours' time, so you can just relax. If you've got any more questions that maybe Elizabeth or your sire didn't have the time to answer, I can try and answer them to the best of my knowledge. Or if there's anything you'd like to know about me or living here. And she looks at Alexander and Leah.
So, when you're saying living here, like, not to be rude, but you know, I had a life before. Like, I don't expect to live on charity. Is there anything that like I can do to help or to work or to do something?
I can try and find you some stuff, but working as a kindred is difficult. There's only certain sort of places and jobs you can take on because, well, you're dead and you can only be active at the night, and obviously making sure that you don't break the masquerade is a huge thing. I'm sure Elizabeth could use another security guard or a bouncer or something. That would be payment, you know. And things happen where we might have issues within Chester. There's not just the Second Inquisition that are a problem. There are other supernatural creatures that sometimes wander in and try to stir the pot. So you just learning how to exist in your new life and helping out with the club, and if anything happens where we might need a little bit more backup, then I'd take that as payment.
That is fair enough. I don't want to impose too much on, like, you're being very kind, kind of taking us in.
It's not you're not imposing. I made it my duty to help kindred and various other supernatural beings if they needed help. I made a vow and I plan to uphold it.
Seems like a tight wee community you guys have here.
It's tighter here than it would be in other places. I'll warn you now, you may, maybe not in the next few days, but certainly for those of you who are staying here, you may run into a friend of mine. Don't be alarmed. He is a lupine. Hopefully he doesn't turn up when he's fully turned, because that can cause a state. I have told him not to do it, so hopefully he just turns up looking like a human. But I will try and make him aware that I have house guests. So hopefully he doesn't just assume you're intruders and try to kill you.
That would be appreciated. Like, good, I guess.
I say I try. He doesn't exactly have a phone or a permanent residence, so it's not like I can send him a message. On the plus side, he does tend to turn up during the day, so I will be here.
Okay. Good to know. I haven't met a werewolf before.
Yes, you're not in the bath anymore. Grace saunters out of the bathroom in like a pristine white robe with a pair of flippin' slippers on. Her hair.
Like she's in a spa.
Yeah, like she's in a spa. Her hair is like up in a hair wrap. And as Grace walks out, I go, "Oh, I see you found the complimentary supply of bathroom kit that I acquired. I'm glad it came to use."
Yes, it was wonderful. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I was just thinking about a question I should ask you.
Yes.
Do you possibly know where would be a good place to start? I've been told the ministry is a very difficult group to find.
Oh, well, yeah, I did know a ministry member. I now don't know a ministry member, but I could probably try and find that ministry member and reach out to them.
That'd be greatly appreciated.
And then just under her breath, you just hear, I really don't want to.
If it's too much trouble, you don't have to.
No, it's fine. We really need to make sure that we find somebody who understands your clan, and I'm going to be honest, I never understood the ministry, so it would be really helpful to actually have somebody help with that.
If it's not a rude question, because I don't know all the ins and outs of the stuff to do with this yet, what clan are you?
Well, I'm not any clan because I'm not kindred.
Okay, what clan
What clan was I? I was of Clan Nosferatu. Oh my god, did Alexander laugh out loud?
Yes, he did.
Alyssa's just gonna like almost sort of like slunk in her chair as if like, you know, she's being picked on for being Clan Nosferatu.
No. Sorry, I didn't mean. It's just obviously you don't. I've only ever encountered one Nosferatu, and I have been told that they look a particular way, and you do not look that particular way. That's all. I was surprised. I was taken aback.
It's
the look that you're getting from Dan is just like, dude.
It's
is wrong with you.
It's fine. You're right. Those of Clan Nosferatu are generally hideous. They're disfigured. And I was pretty grotesque, as I was reminded quite constantly by my coterie members. But like I say, I got better when I became what I am now.
I suddenly really don't like your ex-coterie members. Are they not supposed to support you and like?
Well, Elizabeth does. You know, she was kind, but my other coterie member. To be fair, I didn't exactly like him either, and for years we would argue and call each other names. But you know, we got to understand each other and we got to like each other, and yeah, it got better. Especially when I stopped looking like a train wreck. But he did save my life when I was still a Nosferatu, which was really impressive, actually, considering he was of what is called the Clan of Roses, and they're incredibly poncy. They're very up themselves, and they generally are always stunning to look at. It was a very Beauty and the Beast sort of relationship.
I mean, being pretty isn't everything. Gestures towards broken nose.
No, you're right. Beauty isn't everything. And give me all a wits and awareness very quickly.
Ooh, I have much dice for that.
Much dice.
I have much dice.
Much dice. Click clack.
Yeah, I think this is the most I've ever
Put them in the
rolled.
cup and shake them.
Oh, actually, I have no successes.
Oh no!
I'm like, I just realized I'm like 2 5s and 2 2s. I'm like, uh-oh.
I have to roll all the dice that I got out. Wow.
Oh my god! I got 3 successes.
3 successes. Yep.
I got 2.
2 successes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 successes and a fail.
Okay. So Dan and Alexander, you both see Alyssa's eyes very quickly flick over to the table with the vase of roses and the 2 pitchers, and then flick back to you guys.
Aw. I see. Pointedly looking over towards the vase.
Is Alexander within swatting distance?
I don't know. Where did you sit on the sofa? Did you all sit next to each other?
I'm sat on the sofa, so if
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
Grace probably sat in the other chair across from Alyssa. So if you imagine you've got the fireplace, there's a chair, and then the sofa.
Yeah.
So I imagine, yeah.
Dan will be on the sofa as well. Yeah, no, like Alexander will get a decided like swat. Just like
what the...
And Alyssa chuckles for a second, just watching this unfold, and it's fine, Dan. You don't need to berate him for his.
Were you brought up or were you dragged, Alexander? For goodness sake.
I mean, I suppose technically I was kind of dragged, but you know, it's... Anyway, you're right, I should be better. I guess over the last few days, I have become, what's the expression? I am out of fucks to give, and I'm trying to regain some. So I apologize, I have been very rude on occasion.
You get like a little sort of decisive nod from, yes, you have. Think about your actions.
I will ensure my filter is back on. I apologize. And I apologize to you, Alyssa. You've been very kind to us in hosting us and providing us with all these amenities.
It's fine. Don't worry. Well, unless you have anything you desperately need to speak to me about, I am shattered, and I could do with a good sleep. And I recommend you all bundle into your bedrooms as well. Sunrise is going to be soon.
Thank you so much for your assistance.
You're welcome.
And he'll kind of get up and head to the spare room.
Spare room.
Yeah, Alex will stand up and kind of lean out, hold out a hand to shake Alyssa's hand.
And Alyssa will grab your hand and just lightly shake it.
And he'll thank you very much. And he will leave the room a little bit humbled.
Is Grace also leaving the room?
Yeah, I'm gonna slink off to bed.
Slink off to bed.
Thank you very much for your hospitality. It's very much appreciated. And I suppose we'll see you tomorrow night?
Yes, see you tomorrow. So, as you all slink off to your separate rooms and make yourselves comfortable in the beds that are provided for you, you all settle down, some of you getting under the covers, some of you lying on top, whichever is the most comfortable position for you to be in. But as you all lie down on the beds and close your eyes, you find that the death-like sleep takes you swiftly. You sink into the dreamless state that is known to kindred. The evening passes by, And that is where we will finish this little starter campaign.
Yay! Thank you.
Thank you, Jed.
You are very, very welcome. Did you all enjoy your first experience of Vampire the Masquerade?
We did.
Yes,
It was
very much.
fun. I still have no idea what any of my roles mean. I enjoy it.
Yep, it's one of them. Even if you play for multiple times, you still don't know what you're rolling. You still go, what am I rolling again?
I know how many to roll, but I don't know what any of the
them
answers mean.
means. Yeah. So we are now finished with our starter campaign. Thank you very much, everyone who has watched this free episode journey for new players. Really hope you enjoyed it. If you are curious as to any of the characters that were mentioned in it, the likes of Alyssa or Elizabeth, you can actually find the chronicle which preludes this little starter campaign. You can find that up on my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/EmrysPlays. Unfortunately, they start kind of like a quarter way into it, because I didn't have the common sense to start recording it until things started getting real juicy.
That's how all good
that's how it all starts. Yeah, they all start at they all start at episode 30. We started at episode like season 2 episode, I think it was like 3 or 4. But the whole second chronicle and third chronicle of this timeline, because this timeline and these characters get used in multiple games, and we now have a universe expanding across. It's very confusing for people running it. But you can go and listen to those stories, and you can get a bit more information as to what like Alyssa was alluding to with past coterie members, for example, because that's her story. Thank you everyone who has watched. It's been great. Hopefully we're gonna consider continuing this as a full campaign, but it might be a recorded thing that we upload to the YouTube channel, but we will see. It is up to the players what they want to do. I have a feeling they want to continue this, so we will see what my imagination pulls out. Tune in tomorrow for Carbon 2185, third week,
yes!
and I finally got it. 2185 with Adi, our lovely heavyweight, who will be taking the players through their wonderful adventures of just madness. Honestly, what they get up to shocks me most times. And yeah, thank you very much. And that is us done. Say bye-bye, players.
Bye-bye, players.
Bye, players.